All right, so we have more coming up on the media budget review. Sandra Fenu is here, and she's going to be giving us those details. You have some analysis as well coming. Apart from the reactions to the withdrawal of the luxury tax.
We'll also be talking about the taxes on products like the LPG. They were asking for the 23% to be totally scrapped, but now they have added something to it. So we'll be talking about that also in business. All right, good evening. My name is Sandra Snamap, and as always, I'm here for business. So the luxury vehicle levy introduced months ago is no more. This is because Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, during the presentation of the mid-year budget review, has proposed its withdrawal. This particular levy has generated lots of public uproar since its introduction, with many calling for it to be scrapped. Perhaps it didn't come true. So Charles Aite has been interacting with some car dealers in Accra.
They listen to us as a businessman.
So what does it mean for car dealers like yourself? Now that the luxury tax vehicle has been withdrawn, what does it mean to you as a car dealer?
Oh, because what we are fighting for is that our business are collapsing. So far as this luxury tax has been waived, I think business will grow. Business will boom up. So as I'm saying now, on 17th is my birthday, but I couldn't celebrate it because I'm waiting for this thing should be happening before I can celebrate my birthday with excellence in Anadu. Because I know he has given me my birthday happiness today. So I know from now, business will grow, business will boom.
So what's the next way forward for car dealers generally?
Oh, the forward we are expecting is that we are telling our customers that so far as the business is been outdoor, now so far as these things has been opening up now, they should come. We are there for them. If
this comes as good news, especially to car dealers in this very space, of which we have one with us to share with us his reaction. So thank you very much, sir, for your time with us. You sat back, you watched, you listened. What's your reaction?
Okay, after so many demonstrations, but I hope now we are all happy that the government is a listening government. So most of our cars, our big cars that are stand almost about 7 months to 8 months. Now I think they will come and buy most of them.
7 months to 8 months. It means you've lost a lot of revenue.
Yeah, it's true. We lost a lot of revenue, but now that they have lifted the ban, I think everything will be okay for us.
Speaking of everything being okay, what does it mean? Does it mean you're going to get more money, you're going to get more clients, you're going to reduce the prices? What does everything is okay mean?
No, not that we are going to reduce the prices, but once the tax is no more there, I think they can come and buy most of the big cars from us.
But beyond this, there are also existing issues regarding the industry, automobile industry. We're going to be having the establishment of automobile plants by big brands. People feel that car dealers like yourself are going to be kicked out of the business.
For the new car that they are bringing in, from our side, I don't think it will help we car dealers. Because most of the Ghanaians, I can even say most of the Ghanaians, they prefer the home use car than even the new cars. Because the new cars are still expensive. But the home use cars, somebody can buy a home use car maybe for 4,000 or 20,000 Ghana cedis or 25,000 Ghana cedis for all these small Ubers. So if this new cars is available now, I think it's going to be difficult for us.
Certainly a good news. So from some good news to bad news. So soon it will cost you more to do business and even call your loved ones. And if you are a Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, or let me just say social media addict, prepare to pay more. This is because government has proposed an increase in the communication service tax to 9%. The reason, let's find out in the following report.
Tax was introduced in 2008 at an ad valorem rate of 6%. The tax is levied on charges payable by consumers for the use of communication services including calls, messages, data charges, among others. The increment, according to the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, is to develop the foundation for the creation of a viable technology ecosystem in the country.
Government proposes to increase the tax to 9% to develop the foundation for the creation of a viable technology ecosystem in the country from 6%. This will comprise, among others, putting in systems to identify and combat cybercrime, protect users of information technology, and combat money laundering and other financial crimes. The increase will not be earmarked, however. The sharing ratio will be adjusted in such a manner that the National Youth Employment Program continue to receive the same proportion as they are currently receiving.
But what will this mean for consumers? Well, Chief Executive of the Ghana Chamber of Communications, Kenneth Ashigbe, says it is likely to increase the cost of doing business, as incurred costs by business operators will be passed on to customers.
So it might result, if you are not too careful, the marginal return might not be positive. It might even result in a decline in the revenue of, the telcos, which then also would result in a decline in even the taxes that government wants. And we should also bear in mind that the telecommunication services now currently is the wheels on which other businesses, drive on. So it will just going to make the cost of doing business for other businesses that generate taxes also more difficult for them.
However, we are not sure for now when this effect will be implemented. For Joy Business, Karen Dudu.
Meanwhile, government in the last half of the year will be working on safeguarding digital infrastructure belonging to the state. That is the justification for the increments in the communication service tax. Deputy Minister of Communication Vincent Sowa Udute has been explaining to Joy Business the importance of the levy.
Speak now, you are happy to share data, you are happy to use technology. How do you provide for it? Protection of the cyberspace is emerging as a key security issue. Now, cyberspace is a fit domain. That, as we speak now, our counterparts in the U.S. are still battling from the infringement of their cyberspace from 2016. So how do you set up? We are coming to set up a national cyberspace authority to ensure that we continue to enjoy the benefits of technology. So it's important we look at how we are going to pay for it and how we are going to cover it. That is one of the reasons that which the Honorable Minister has given. My colleague here is talking about they were never even able to put in place a proper national cybersecurity strategy and policy. They were never even able to do that. It's there already. We are just putting a small margin so that we'll be able to make sure that we properly ground and take care of the cyber ecosystem in the country. That is the crux of the matter.
Well, the minority has been reacting to all that happened in Parliament today. Let's listen to the minority spokesperson on finance, I always get the name wrong, right? Kasli Atoforson, who is demanding governments apologize to Ghanaians.
Unfortunately, what we saw today is a new budget, not a review. I say this because, you see, the government failed in the main budget to introduce any revenue measure. But in fact, during the media review, he's introduced new revenue measures. The expenditure has totally been overhauled. Missing targets everywhere. So for me, let me say that I'm really disappointed in the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the sense that there's a very government that promised all of us that they are going to move from taxation to production. Today, they are moving from production to more taxes. And some of the taxes that I've seen here, they are nuisance taxes. Let me take you to some of the tax lines. The supplementary budget simply means that the government is going to borrow more and tax more. That is what, and out of the borrowings, that needs to be spent, and then the taxation that also needs to be spent. The minister basically asks that they give him 6.3 billion more. That 6.3 billion more, he's going to increase debt by 3.6 billion and do additional tax measures of about 2 billion and non-tax revenue of about 1 billion. So that is what he did. In the nutshell, that is the conclusion. I can point you to. Okay.
If you just joined us, this is Joy News Prime. My name is Sandra Sanamap, and I'm back with more business news. Now, prior to the media budget presentation, the LPG Marketers Association was looking forward to the removal of about 23% taxes on liquefied petroleum gas products. On the contrary, taxes have gone up. As announced by the Finance Minister, LPG products will now attract 80 pesos more per kg. Vice Chairman of the LPG Marketers Association, Gabriel Kumi, joins me on the phone lines now for his reaction on this development. Thank you so much. Good evening. You must be highly disappointed, right?
Extremely disappointed.
What were you looking forward to? Of course, you wanted all the 23% taxes to be scrapped, but unfortunately, you have 80%. 80% was actually added on.
Yes, what government indirectly is telling us is that we should consume more wood fuel. We should consume more charcoal. We should switch from LPG to using more wood fuel for domestic chores. As you rightly know, LPG is a product we use to subsidize for some time. After some time, we came to full cost recovery, and we introduced a lot of taxes on it. LPG consumption in Ghana for the past 3 years has been very, very stagnant. In fact, the statistics from the first quarter of this year shows that consumption of LPG is going down. And this has been aggravated by the taxes that has been added onto the product. So we should expect by end of the year, LPG consumption this year will be worse than what we witnessed last year. But this goes contrary to government's own objective of trying to increase access and penetration of LPG from the current 25% to 50% by 2030. You cannot expect to increase the price of a product that has an elastic demand and at the same time expect to achieve an increment in consumption and increment in demand. So government has stabbed itself in the back by increasing tax on LPG.
Yeah, I'm glad you spoke about increasing access to the use of LPG. What's the likely impact on the cylinder recirculation module?
Yes, the cylinder recirculation model has an objective to increase penetration of LPG from the current 25% to 50% by the year 2030. Over the next 3 years, government expects us to double the consumption of LPG. But unfortunately, the price of the product is so high that consumption has started dipping. So, government cannot have the two. You can't expect to increase the price and at the same time expect to achieve an increment in consumption. So I'm sure government should go back to the drawing board and revise its objective of increasing access of LPG by the year 2030.
All right, a quick one, just for the benefit of my viewers out there. Let's say I have a 14.5 kg cylinder now. If I go to the pump with that 80 pesos increase, how much will I be paying?
Yes, the 14.5 currently is costing between 77 and 80 cedis. Now you are expecting to pay about 4 cedis more. So expect your 14.5 to be costing about 85 cedis now.
What's the way forward? You said government should get back to the drawing board. Specifically, what do you want them to do?
You see, I don't know whether government has really sat down to look at the benefit this country starts to gain by increasing access of LPG. You cannot, unless government want to tell us that it's just a political talk to increase LPG access to 50% by the year 2030. If you want to do that, LPG is a product with an elastic demand. This is common and this is basic economics. If you are dealing with a product with an elastic demand, if you raise the price, you disenfranchise a lot of people from consuming the product. But if you bring the price down, you expand the consumption net so that your objective of increasing access to LPG to 50% by the year 2030 could be achieved. This is what we've been telling government, but I think government has its own plans. So we hope that government will go back again. We are still going to push for this. If we really want to, if government is serious at increasing access of LPG from 25% to 50% by the year 2030, then I think that government has really misfired by increasing the price of LPG.
I'm grateful for your time this evening. Vice Chairman of the LPG Marketers Association, Gabriel Kumi there. Let's now head to the commodity market for an update. All right, so the debate has just begun, but you can catch all the analysis and the report on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Sandra Esenam Apenu. Have a great evening.